Two former England managers meet head-to-head in an East Midlands derby which would have generated enormous interest regardless of who was sat in the opposing dugouts. That the two men in charge of Steve McClaren and Sven-Göran Eriksson has only intensified the significance of the fixture. Well, a midweek victory at Doncaster earned McClaren his first league win since taking charge at Forest, a result achieved by the side's first goal of the campaign. Its scorer Chris Gunter stays in his left-back role with Brendan Maloney on the right. Eriksson's Leicester were booed off by their puzzled supporters on Wednesday, having succumbed to a second successive home defeat. The usually serene Swede makes 4 changes, bringing in John Pansel, Matt Mills, Neil Dans and Darius Vassell. Here's Wellens, good ball. Fernandez takes a deflection, goes out for the corner. Bamba's always a menacing figure from set pieces. Mills as well will need to be marked. And Nugent got the flick on the near. It was Maloney who was in the way. Here's Dans and Wellens. And that's the first goal-bound effort of the afternoon. Patsel in again, cleared by Morgan and then mishit by McGoldrick. Here's Mills and now Vassell. Does well, Vassell, good quick feet. Bamba goes for goal and there is the game's first save. Lee Camp low to his right to stop the big man from scoring. Vassell did really well here, really quick feet and got it out. And Bamba went for the left-hand corner as he saw it. Lee Camp made the save. Morgan, Boateng, Cohen, Greening, they're trying to get themselves a little time and room, but in the end Gelson Fernandez takes it away. What an opening this! And Nugent stays onside and guides it home, and Leicester City are in front. And Gelson Fernandez may not have scored it, but by goodness, he certainly had a part to play in its creation. The visitors ahead at the City ground. There are questions being asked by Nottingham Forest, but Sven-Göran Eriksson knows that it's Gelson Fernandez who made a terrific contribution. Getting himself to the ball first, beyond Chambers, kept his nerve, the ball played into the path of Nugent, and Nugent couldn't and didn't miss. Again, Forest guilty of giving possession away, and here's Dans and Nugent and Dans again, and it's 2-0 off the line, but it will be now. Gelson Fernandez, who set up the first, scores the second, and for the second time in a matter of minutes, Forest give possession away and are punished. Well, you can't legislate for that. Boateng couldn't get there. It was a pass that, in fairness to Boateng, it didn't look like he was going to reach. Dan's almost scored. It was a great clearance off the line from Gunter, but regardless of his efforts, up came Gelson Fernandez, and Fernandez scores his first goal in English football since September 2008, and he has put Leicester City 2 up inside the opening 21.5 minutes. Here's Boateng, Greening, Gunter, and Derbyshire. Oh, he should have at least put it on target, and he knows it. It's the first time that, well, anyone in Forest colours have had a real sight of Kasper Schmeichel's goal, and he was unmarked. Oh, it's a poor effort, isn't it? Steve McClaren's got one heck of a half-time team talk to fashion. Fernandez trying to guide it towards Dans, it might well reach him. Here's Konchesky and now Dans. Konchesky's keeping up with Dans and he wants it, but Dans is still going! Right right across the face of the goal. Well, there were targets in the middle, but Dan's only had one thing in his mind once he'd been released by Konchesky. And he scampered round the back of Nottingham Forest, got the better of Morgan and tried to bend it into that far post, but it was just beyond that. Camp couldn't get close to it. Now here's Finley, what a chance! And Schmeichel with a really good save. It's the first time he's had to really get his gloves to anything. And the first combination between the two forwards, and it was pretty much route one. Miller helps it on, and Finley smacks it goal-bound, and Schmeichel did well to beat it away. And Finley could only turn over the rebound. The closest Forest have come. Konchesky battling and losing. McGugan. Now Majewski. Away by Mills, and a little more belief around the City ground for the Nottingham Forest fans. Miller. Good effort. Stung the gloves of Kasper Schmeichel. And in the space of a couple of minutes, Kasper Schmeichel has been as busy as he's been throughout the rest of the match. Well, among the interested fans today, a Nottingham Forest legend, Roy Keane, watching on. Majewski. Morgan forward into the path of Finley. Referee waves play on because Majewski has it. Finley looking, and Mills. Penalty, handball against Mills. And Forest have a lifeline. And a yellow card for Mills as well. Well, as Mills goes low here, there's his arm on the ball. Was there any intention? Well, Jonathan Moss awards the penalty for that. Mills looks puzzled, but Jonathan Moss had no hesitation, and Forest have a gift. Now there's a yellow card for Schmeichel as well, for a bit of gamesmanship. Forest need this to go in. McGugan against Schmeichel. They're back in it. 12 minutes and stoppage time to go, and Schmeichel's kicked the ball away, gets a second yellow card, and he's sent off. And this game changes in a matter of moments. McGugan scores the penalty, then Schmeichel gets out of the net and thumps it out into the stands. In fact, he hurls it. But either way, his actions have merited a second yellow. And all of a sudden, Sven-Göran Eriksson has a set of problems he never anticipated. Cohen just caught by Pansel, and Cohen has stayed completely motionless on the floor, but Forest have the ball and they're waved on. Here's Gunter. Here's Greening. Cohen's picked himself up and joins the attack. And Wheel goes to get it, doesn't get to it, and it's turned in by Boateng. Right at the end. Delirium around the City ground. An improbable point is theirs. Miller jumped, didn't get there. Boateng did, and the equaliser in stoppage time from the man who used to get his manager Steve McLaren out of one or two holes for Middlesbrough. Well, he's done it again for him today. Well, Steve, an incredible 60 seconds.